Good morning, folks. It's Richard here. I'm here on the Coosa River, or Weiss Lake, excuse me. Same thing. I consider it the same thing. And I'm going to be fishing for flathead catfish today, or blues. Okay, to start with, I'm going to be using 25-pound test big game on the reel. I'm chancing it today. I'm wanting to have a little fun. I'd like to hook a big fish with that lighter line. This is what I'm using for my leader. This is Suffix. And I've used this before for my leader line. It's 40-pound test. And I'm going to tell you, this stuff right here is real abrasive resistance. In fact, I have a reel or two reels at home that's loaded up with this on the reel. And I tell you what, this is good stuff right here. It's expensive, but it's real good in rocky situations, or if you're fishing around wood, anything of that nature. Which for flatheads, that's what I do. I fish in gnarly cover. Now this is the rod I wanted to show y'all. Alright. And this rod right here, I tell you what, I bought two of these and they were $14 a piece. They're 7.5 feet long, 7'6", and they're rated for 15 to 25-pound test line. And they're classified as medium heavy, but I'm going to classify them as medium heavy. They're fiberglass, not solid fiberglass, but just a fiberglass rod. And just right for what we're doing today, or I believe. And I bought a pair of Ambassadors. These are 5500S, 5.1 to 1 gear ratio. And like I said, I have both of these rods rigged up with 25-pound test line. And I love these reels because they have a clicker feature right here if you like to fish from the bank. And it'd be a real good. I bought these rods really for stripers. We're going to try to do some striper fishing. Now here's my rig. It's what I'm going to use today. It's taking 1.5 ounces to hold these shad down. I started off with 1 ounce and it just wouldn't hold it. The current's pretty stiff here, excuse me. I'm hooked up. I'm using a big barrel swivel. This connection right here is a trilene knot. This is a trilene knot. And this is a 8/0 eagle claw hook. Circle hook. Real sharp. They're a lightweight hook, but boy, they're sharp right here. All right, now let's hook up a shad. I'm going to start off with 2 live baits this morning. And I'm using big gizzard shad. And they're live. But I may cut me a flapper rig. When they die, that's what we'll use as flapper rigs. I caught these with my cast net a while ago. There we go. Y'all see that? First takedown. First takedown. I hope we got that. This is a pretty good fish for a 25-pound test line. I can't tell what he is. Now this is on a flapper shad. And we'll cut, being we caught a fish on a flapper shad, I'll show you how I cut one. I've been using both live and flapper shad. We'll just take our time. This is deep right here. This is around 30 something foot. Now this little fish, he ain't really that big, has pulled my anchor loose. It's blue. Weiss Lake blue right here. Strong fish right here. Yep. See, my anchor straight down right here. Pulled it loose. I was fishing a drop. I abandoned my flathead places that I used to catch fish because I believe I'm here a little bit early. Let's net this fish. I believe I should have waited another couple weeks That's a nice blue. Now there's some big catfish here at Weiss Lake if you can find them. There we go. Let's get him in here. The problem here at Weiss Lake, or it is for me, is all the small ones. I like these hooks right here. They're eagle claw. Oh my goodness. I knew that'd happen right there. That's a chunky catfish right there. But they're eagle claw hooks. Buy them at Walmart. This is an 8/0, like I said. And it's about all you need for a catfish of this size. And bigger. But let's let him go right here. That's a nice fish right there. That's a good one. Okay, let's let him go. He come out of some deep water there. But there could be some flatheads right there too. There's a little bit of, there's a few rocks. And it's a ledge right here that I'm fishing, a drop. Sort of creates a hole. But before we go back in here and anchor on this area, I'm going to go ahead and catch me some more shad. I've got some, but I'd like to have live shad on one and a flapper on the other. And then what we'll do is just go ahead and cut us a flapper. Alrighty, folks, I got to get me some more shad. Still early in the morning, so we got plenty of time to fish today, but we got to have a good bait. I want fresh shad. I'm a sticker on that. Let's see if we got some that time. Nope. We didn't get them. I hope they ain't moved out of here. I tell you, these old big rivers and lakes, fish move, including shad. There we go, we got a few. I don't believe my camera turned on. I tell you, them looks big, but I like that size right there for flathead, folks. Let's take a look at it. Or blues. That's a good size right there. Woo! We got the shad, folks. They were a little hard to get, but we got the shad. Let's get back over there. Alright, folks, we're back right here. I'm going to anchor a little above where I did before. I was anchored right there. I'm going to anchor a little above it this time. It's a little bit shallower up here. This drop off, it just goes like that. And then if I hook another one, maybe he won't pull the anchor loose. I got my fish anchors. Y'all see them? I don't know if y'all seen them or not. They're two 12-pound fish. And I've got them tied together with a tie wire. And they hold real good in rocks and stuff like that. Sometimes too good. But, yeah. I'm going to let the boat turn. There's a little current, little draw right here. And we'll set back up and see if we can catch another one. There's a fish, folks. Watch him, watch him, watch him. There we go. Oh, me. Me. We got a little cloud cover coming in. That might spruce these fish up. I hope so. They've been hard to catch. This is a good fish right here. Good one. I'm not sure. This is a good fish, though. It's a good one. I'm going to loosen my drag right here. Well, look in here. It's a flathead. No wonder. We've got us a Weiss Lake flathead, folks. Now, he acted like a blue. That live bait right there, this was on a flapper shad. Now, that live bait could go down. There could be some flatheads moving in here. I'm excited. Now, I love this stuff. Now, you ain't no doubt about it. Fishing is a sport second to none. Come on over here, boy. Okay, we got that flathead. You know what it is I got in my other line. That's what was going on. Okay, golly, that's a good flathead. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Whoa. Elmer, you're missing it. That's all there are to it. Now that's not a giant flathead, folks, but for me it is. I used to fish Weiss Lake and the Coosa River a lot for catfish, and I'm having to relearn. The places that I've fished today so far has been empty, and I'm figuring out where these fish are. These fish are anywhere from 28 to 35 feet of water. I've been fishing a little bit shallow, but that's a good flathead right there, or it is so far. Elmer, he's got nose hairs in his nose. He don't keep them clipped out, and it ain't my fault. Hey, let's put her back. Woo! Back to the depths. Them old catfish will chew you up, but hey, let's catch another one. Woo! While we're waiting right here, I'm gonna tie me some extra leaders. This is a real rocky area, and I've done lost a little bit of tackle in here. I've got a leader right here around 2 foot long, or a piece of line, I'm sorry. I'm watching these rods. This one on the left has got a big live shad on it, and I've been really watching it real close, because if there's another flathead in here, he'll probably get that live shad. Now, if he sees it, he'll get it. But I'm going to show you a knot, which I've showed before, but for those of y'all who's new to the channel, this is used to be called a no-snell knot, but now it's called the knotless knot. And real quick, simple, easy way to tie a knot, a snell knot. I just go through the front like this and leave about an inch right here on the tag line, and come around counterclockwise about 7 times. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then run the other end of the line through the eyelet up through like that, and then cinch it. This knot right here has never failed me. It's not the original snell knot, but it's a quick, easy knot, strong. And what's important for fishing with circle hooks, excuse my stuttering, but I'm really focusing on these rods, I can't help it, is to come through with your line like I did right there. It puts a pressure point on the eyelet. In other words, when that catfish grabs it, that'll help pull that hook to the side of his jaw a lot easier. And I'm just going to tie a barrel swivel on this end with a trilene knot. I'm going to make me up 4 extra leaders. Have them ready while we're waiting. All right, let's wait for that bite. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got a fish swimming right here, folks. Let's see what we got. There he is. Okay. My. I was fixing to put me another shad on my other rod. Something knocked it off. Now I moved out right here on I found some rocks right out in here. My depth finder right here, just scoping around. I anchored right on them, and look what happened. What do we got? Pretty good blue. Not a real big one. He wrapped up out there, and he felt bigger than what he was. Well, what about that? All right, let's get our net right here and net him. Take a look at him. deal. My goodness. We're gonna get him somehow or another right here. Quit. I think I can just lift him in the boat. There he is. Got a little excited right there because I was fixing him. I had a fish hit out there, and I think it was a flathead. The way he hit it, and I missed the doggone thing. But we caught us a blue right here. When you turn your back, you'll get bit. That's catfishing. It happens might near every time. Well, there's another Weiss Lake catfish. That fish come off of a rock pile. And I believe there's a flathead out there, so I'm going to stick with it a little bit. Well, I did. I missed the flathead. But I hope there's another one in there. But my blue come off of that. He's ugly. He's kind of like a whale mo. He's ugly, folks. But, well, he can't hit it. Let's let this fish go. He's an ugly old blue right there. Let's let him go, though. He fought hard. There he goes. Y'all have been asking me questions what this is right here that I built. Well, I bought me a piece of 3x3 aluminum. It's called angle. It's a 1/4 inch thick. And I bolted through the gunnel. I cut it to fit on each side. Right there. And right over there, and bolted it through the gunnel because the way I was going about it, I had one of these brackets fastened into the gunnel with a self-tapping screw on each side. Them big Tennessee River catfish was almost took that thing off on both sides. It just wasn't the way to go, so I bolted through the gunnel. Now I have 4. I can put 4 rods out if I want to, but usually I just fish with 2, but today I'm going to. Y'all see him? Oh, he hit that. Let me get him under this other rod right here. Yeah. Now, I was on the verge of leaving. That fish is fat, folks. I was on the verge of leaving. They've been pretty slow. Well, I missed 2 small flatheads. I didn't let them have it long enough. Let's see what we got right here. Alright, we got us a blue. I thought that was flathead, the way he was fighting. My goodness. Cut up, boy. Cut up. That's a fat fish right there. He ain't ugly as that other fish. Okay. Let's get him in the net. I like these rods. And by the way, these are made by H2O Express, which is really an expensive, pretty expensive little rods. But they're good for fish of this size. Now, I don't know about the Tennessee River. On the river, it'd be pretty difficult in that heavy current to land them big blues on that river system, but for this, it's perfect. Come on in here. Academy Sports has got it. Okay. There's a pretty good one. I ain't gonna complain. Let's throw him right there. Never complain about your fishing. Look how fat that fish is. Now, for this time of the year, that fish is real gutted. That's a good fish. That's a good blue. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That fish hit a live shad, and a big one. So them blues will hit them live shad. Bursel's bald-headed, but he's got hair on each side. Folks, right in the center of his head, he's got an old stray hair about that long. I noticed it the other day. He slicks it back with that old gel. Okay, I just wanted to share that. I don't know why. That's one of them biting fish. Oh, one of them biting fish, folks. He ain't no Tennessee River blue, but that was a lot of fun. I'm talking about that was a lot of fun. They ain't nothing like the sport of fishing, but he's biting me like crazy. It don't seem like he can hurt you, but yeah, I'm done bleeding a little bit. They got the teeth. Well, let's let him go. Pretty good one. Ow. All right, boy. Let's let him go. Big old belly, my goodness. All right, folks, that got it done at Weiss Lake. I felt like I should have caught more flatheads, but I'll probably go back and use live bluegill instead of shad. Shad's a great bait, but they didn't live long enough really to really get them. Flatheads likes a live bait, especially in the fall. Live bluegill to me is a little bit tougher, so I'm going to go back and probably try it with live bluegill, and I might be more successful. You never know. But Weiss Lake's a great place to do you some catfishing if you want to. Hey, I want to thank y'all very, very much for spending the day with me, sharing the sport. It's a sport second to none, and I know y'all love it just as much as I do. Hey, whoa, whoa! Little dogs, and remember, you go fishing when you can, but all is good.